Hi, my name is Albert with Mainland Cycle Center. Today I want to show you a 2014 Kawasaki Mule 4010 Trans. Not so different from the 13. The biggest news for 2014 that I can give you on the Mule 4010 Trans is that it's back in Woodsman green. For 2013 we had Scout green, and wasn't a real popular option as far as color, I'll have to say. But I think the Woodsman green is much more attractive, and it's back for 2014. Thank you, Kawasaki. But the Mules 4010s, fantastic units. You know, if you want something to go and play, this is not a Terex. It's not a unit that you're going to use a lot for recreational riding. It's really designed for utility work. It also does quite well on the trail and for hunting and on the deer lease and that kind of thing, but it's not a real aggressive play machine. But they're very durable, very rugged. The Kawasaki Mule, at least in my opinion, is one of the most rugged machines on the market. Have just been tested and proven time and time again that they're just highly reliable, very good units. And this one, of course, is the Mule 4010 Trans. And of course, the big deal with the Trans is that it has dual bench seats. And we call it a Trans because it can transform from having dual bench seats with this short bed to having a single bench seat with a long bed. Well, how does that work? Well, let me show you. So you've got a little knob right here. You pull this little knob. See if I can do this. There we go. And that folds down the back of the seat. It's got a couple latches here. I've got them unlatched just for speed, but those unlatched. And then this seat folds up. So now you can see there's that rear seat. Still got your front seat. And so what we're going to do then is we're going to extend the bed forward to give us a single bench seat with a long bed. And how does that work? Pull these little side panels out. Pull that one out on that side. You can see that side panel now is out. And then this screen in the back would pick up and move forward, and it plugs in right here. There's a couple of little pins that go in the bed, and that pin will then plug in right here. Got a couple latches here. Whoop, get my arm out of the way. A little latch there that latches the bed, and then that would then latch right down there. So, kind of gives you the best of both worlds. You can still have a large bed with a single bench seat, or if you need to have the more people carrying, have the dual bench seat with a little bit smaller bed. And really works good. This is by far one of our most popular mules that we sell. Once this seat is folded forward, then this bed will tilt just like that, and that'll give you a dump bed that also gives you access to the engine. This has a 620cc V-twin liquid-cooled motor. It is fuel injected. This motor is very interesting. I'm a real technical guy, so it's interesting to me anyway. This is a low RPM, high compression motor. I mean, this motor doesn't spin really fast, but it has very high compression on each cylinder, which gives it a lot of power and a lot of torque. Almost like a diesel. It's not a diesel, and it's not as high a compression as a diesel, but it is much higher than your average gasoline engine. And so, but a very high compression, low RPM motor, and they just do really, really well. Very proven, very reliable. Has a spin-on oil filter, and right there is your oil filter. Dipstick is right here. You check that with this seat folded down, so you don't have to unload the bed to check the oil. There's your oil fill right there. One of the other cool things about the Mules is the air intake is on the roll bars right here. There's one on each side. And so the air is intaked here, comes down this pipe, connects to this hose, and then there's a filter here. This filter is for the torque converter. We circulate air through the torque converter to keep it cool. There's the exhaust for it. And we filter the air we circulate through there, and then we snorkel the air we intake because we get cleaner air up high. Same thing on the other side. So here's your snorkel air intake down the pipe, and here's your filter. This one is for the engine. Has a little restrictor gauge on it that tells you when that filter needs to be serviced. So very cool. Alright. And you'll notice this is an all steel bed, diamond plate steel. So you can see the heavy 1-inch square tubing there, angle iron, a very heavy duty bed. No plastic here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. There we go. So now, back in 2-seat mode. And by doing that, the way that folds forward, Kawasaki managed to keep the wheelbase really short. So compared to some of our competitors' crew cab models, the wheelbase is not nearly as long, which really helps with that ground clearance, especially that breakover ground clearance. Diamond plate steel floor continued on through the unit. These do have power steering, so it's electronic power steering. New for 2013 models, starting with 2013 and 14 models. You have the new style steering wheel. You know, we had a really large steering wheel in the older models because these used to be manual steering. There was no power steering, so they gave you a little larger steering wheel for that extra leverage. Now with power steering, you don't need that big steering wheel, so we finally got a little smaller, sportier looking steering wheel. We've got storage in the front. The hood opens in the front. See if I can do it one-handed or not. No, pushing the horn button. Well, I can't, but that opens. There's lots of storage up there. Drink holders here, 2 glove boxes, 1 on each side. Also new, starting with the 2013 models, now the fuel gauge in the dash, and that's continued with the 2014s. These are fuel injected, as I said, so they start real easy. Just turn the key and crank it up. They're nice and quiet. The power steering, just really nice. You can palm the wheel and turn it lock to lock just really easily. And just fantastic feature. We love that. Warning lights. Turn this key off. Got an oil pressure warning light, temperature or coolant warning light for temperature. Parking brake. DFI is digital fuel injection. And then you've got a power steering fault light there. This is your headlight switch, your horn that you heard me honk a while ago. Glove boxes on each side. I think I mentioned that. Differential. This controls the rear differential. And so with the rear end unlocked, you basically got one wheel driving in the back. Pull this down, that locks the rear end, and you've got full power to both rear wheels, no slippage at all. What's good about this is if you're using it on hard surface, such as here's on a parking lot, if you leave this unlocked, it'll be easier on the tires. If you're using it on turf, like on grass in your yard, something like that, it won't tear up the yard, or the grass, or the turf. And then they have selectable 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, and you just pinch that, pull it down, that puts you in 4-wheel drive. And then you've got low, high, neutral, and reverse. So low range and high range in the transmission. 12-volt power outlet there. Again, got another glove box on that side, and another drink holder on that side. And, parking brake. Seat flips up here. The battery is under here. So here's your battery. Right back here, your fuel tank. You've got fuses, circuit breaker. Fuel fill is over on that side. There, it does come with seat belts. There. Also new, starting with the 2013 models, is the new style bumper. Really looks better than the plastic bumper we used to have on them. And, let's see, what else? Mules, like I said, just really rugged, durable, reliable machines. They do really well. If you need something for work around the farm, on the job site, on the deer lease, and even if you want to take it and ride down the trail, it'll really do great for that. No problem at all. Alright, that's a look at a 2014 Kawasaki Mule 4010 Trans. Alright. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45 in LaMarque, Texas. Our website, mainlandcyclecenter.com. Our phone number, 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, come by and see us. We would love to help any way we can. Hey, thanks for watching.